Welcome once again on another Distant Worlds playthrough. Now, this playthrough is gonna be somewhat it's gonna be largely similar to the other ones. And now we're reaching a point where we are starting to contemplate to start a war. But before we can do that, we have to finish development of a few more systems which were recently colonized. They have to be growing some decent population. In the meantime, we can try to get some Teekans systems to revolt. It shouldn't be too hard. The Teekans do have a big happiness bonus, but we might be able to crush them from our side in this situation. So if we do manage to, it will be very awesome to achieve. But the Teekans are a good and strong powerhouse economically, and yeah, so we need a decent economy if we are going to survive it longer than a few years of warfare. So in that sense, we should either way get strong allies and a strong economy, or try to seize one of the less liked races in the galaxy as some forced collaborators. Well, at least we are gonna open the save game once more and see how we're gonna do it. So we'll give a short overview. We have some little designing work to do in the beginning, but not as much as previous times. We just have to redesign mainly the frigate, for instance, and the escort. The escort is gonna reach its final size, of course. With the escorts reaching their final size, we will be quite likely hitting the next steps in our development. So anyways, the goal for now will be to secure a good economy, and for that we need certain resources, which are mostly luxury resources, and we need a lot more population base. Now population base is the hard part, resources isn't. But seeing the size of our empire currently, we're gonna be requiring a good expansion. Now I'm expecting us to start developing some decent stuff, so research might provide a solution for the resources. Population is another story. We need to grab some certain tech right after, which is, we're not gonna have to go this, we're gonna have to go for the biological workshops, which are of course something we want to grab. 100% population growth rate on a good colony will provide us with all we need. Of course, these techs are easy to grab. It's for espionage, so we have this being tech now, and the open trade network is gonna increase colony income by a shitload, but you can only grab this after. Population is our main limitation currently. And of course, rushing through these, it's already built. This is, the Cassador is not built yet, so that's good. Of course, the Nuto Engineering Center will be interesting to grab. But if we get Cassador at least one of these, we will get a big boost. So trying to rush research our techs to grab it, it will be a favored approach for now. So, now our agent here is currently trying to steal wave weapons from the enemy, and it's gonna take some time to nick it. So, we are going to have to try to, these light intercepts are gonna be researched, then we have point defense and improved missiles. Well, improved missiles allow us to get one more tier of these advanced missiles, and the heavy missiles, those are gonna be trouble. But with this, we have a very good chance of unlocking some very excellent missile tech. Now, missile bombers are not that much needed yet. Of course, advanced torpedoes, if we get our torpedoes really to a maximum tier, that would be good, but we have these security-like stuff, which is another big advantage. EMP defenses would be good to grab. This can be grabbed for espionage. The wave weapons are gonna assist us a lot. So here we have development ongoing. Accelerated construction will grant us the resupply ships, and we're not doing that for the other wonder thing. And of course we are soon going to grab this, so this tree is not activated just yet. We are actually pursuing hyperspace inhibiting, and after that I think I will be interested in unlocking fusion physics, or going to massive shield projection to build some shield bases. If we are gonna hit war with the insectoids, we want to have that. But I think unlocking these two would be good, so we can actually start upgrading our vessels. Actually, I think we are gonna skip on those for now. Well, 72 power production is quite decent actually. So if we unlock the fusion physics, we have smaller generators which would produce less, of course, but their energy efficiency is way higher, so that will be good. We'll actually be trying to rush also to this, so we want to grab this tech, so planets are somewhat defended. So after this will be the good next one to grab. Limited range, but that's good in those. Of course, we are wanting to grab these eventually, this start trade too, but I'm just waiting with teching up too much. Fast mining will be by now, and advanced energy conversion will be a nice one. But those swift robotic repairs is really something I would love. Of course, another ship size increase, and another extraction upgrade. So our extraction rates increase enormously. Now, of course, we have plenty of techs now queued. We're now having to have our economy expand, so we also get a less of a tech gap. 600k, so we need one more k on top. So, well, they're now friendly, so the Teekans might be getting some more allies going now. At least we have a few colonies starting to develop. Well, Ruhan and Feltier are going to develop really fast now. Now, we have this unlocked. I think Mitos is not having any decent plans there. No, it is just a barren run. Well, it looks that we have Eberg now colonized. That will grant us 2 colonies in this system. Of course, the Salt Fleet is sitting here in this system, which is okay for now. 26 bolts, also entirely fine. We are possibly having some nice resort locations. Of course, Ixon's system is having a fine location, but maybe there used to be some systems here which had ruins in them. At least this is also a refueling point. Good. I do recall that some of these systems had refueling points, and some had ruins in their colony, so... No, the home system has one colony we cannot colonize, which has something there we can use though. It's located in one of the outer planets. Here it is. So we want to be building our resort base here. Good. Cue that. And Black Storm Rods are of course offering us maps of the securing territories. Well, I'm entirely okay with that. We are gonna have to retrofit exploration craft if they haven't been retrofitted already, so... Oh, we are scrolling to that, we still at that. Okay, so... Actually, you guys are gonna queue and you're gonna go to Explorer Mark 8, so they all got about nothing to go for yet, but at least our little intelligence agency here should be done within a month. Otherwise there's something wrong with him. Of course we do want another intelligence agent to pop up. Has evaded detection after successfully stealing the tech. Whoa. Well, another one go and we have the pulse wave weapons, but let's see what this guy can do. He's about to tire up, which I'm gonna keep him stationed for a short time here, locally. Well, they're offering a contact with another empire, and I'm fine with that. The capital of Confederacy, That's also some nice faction to have access to. The Xenox are of course fairly nearby, the Kialians are growing. Of course these guys are not too friendly with us. Another Teekan Syndicate faction, hey! So, the Teekans are now having two groups in our area. So I would be pleased to see some trade with a different faction than these guys going on. So I think we should be working on seizing their territory soon. The Oscarans are the strongest in those, and Baccaras are the weakest, but if we take the strongest away, should be too bothersome. 20k still being our loss, troop maintenance making a good, and pirate protection 6k on that. Well, I think we are going to want this little pirate faction for Narva security has been mowed down to a small size. Plenty of smuggling freighters, so the actual goal will be to eventually have this one tied up. Yes, is espionage skill tied up right now. So we are going to see if we can, from those Kubok guys, steal research. Well, we wanted to have the pulse wave weapons being wave weapons here. 3 months still being too risky now. Well, at least we're gonna grab this now. Maybe we can now start nicking from the Ikuros, which will also be helpful. I think the Lentar are going to be our first attack target. They're weak, but they have a big population. And I think they have some decent military, of course, but their economy is also not too shabby. But I want the Ikuros to thrive for now. They are going to be right fine. So of course our tax revenue is way lower, and yeah, so we have quite the lowest tax revenue of any empire. It's just yet. The Sol Dominion is of course weak still. But our annual GDP is 200. Yeah, so of course these guys are having some sick annual GDP, and they're still growing their military like crazy fucks. Well, of course, we are developing some more defensive bases now around some of our prime colonies. Valtidra is now having proper defensive bases. It will cause us to lose a bit more on the income side, but I think... there's more spaceports coming online now. So of course, this large spaceport here has plenty of defensive installations around it. 5 of them, which might be a bit overkill for these colonies, but I think you can upgrade them to Mark 7s, but I think scrapping one of them in between is a better choice for now. This one is going to be scrapped immediately. The energy resource station is going to get a good upgrade here. Yes, this sounds like a good idea. So Teekans and Teekans allying with each other, that's good. This will be an additional defensive base assimilating the capacity. So, with this now going on, I think our primary concern should be around letting our population grow. So, these two colonies are growing really fast, but they should be growing a little bit faster. But for now, it's okay. So our guy here is trying to nick the wave weapons. It's going to be done in half a year. That's good. By that time we could be designing some more ships. We could activate a cruiser hull for our race. Oh, they're giving us a monetary gift. Small one. Well, I think them giving us a monetary gift is really something bad for them to do. Will weaken them, and they're still just 1 colony, so... no, 6 colonies actually. But they have a low population compared to us, so they have a shitty starting system. The GDP is really low. So I think a lot of our GDP is also coming from trade with them. But these guys are really gonna need our help. We need to expand to the south and then eastwards. taking on the Securans right now is really a bad choice. We're not fit in any shape to wage a big war against them. So we're retrofitting a lot of ships. I'm wanting to know if our costs here on maintenance are increasing a lot, and they are. So now one of our fleets has its admiral become drunk. Okay. Well, for now it's just gonna be a matter of enhancing this commerce. So maybe we can crash this. It will cost a lot of our money on stock currently, but I think it would be wise to crash that research. Now, if it's a good choice or not is something else to question, but if our money is gonna keep rising due to trade with the Securans, that's gonna result in our positive balance, and with the trade being our main income source currently, that should keep us going for now. So yes, here it goes. They are deducting some fees. Now, of course, 37 should be our... it's dropping to 36 now. The costs are rising slowly. We've stolen wave weapons, so pulse wave weapons are in our position now. With those being stolen, we are now going to use the Ikuros, which are generally a hostile empire, to nick this stuff from. Actually, the advanced medicine would be a good one to nick if that's gonna be quicker. This is still a risky thing to nick because of very good technology. Seems we can nick some other stuff, but there's maybe some Lenta Prime Coalition is of course fairly hostile towards us. I think maybe we can use some nicking from the Pirate Empire. The holographic entertainment is here quite fine to nick. Fission blasters and some other nice stuff like interceptors, point defense weapons. Well, there's plenty of stuff here for nicking, but nothing we really are liking to see. These guys, Boskarans, they have enhanced transport and enhanced resource exploration. Both techs which could be nice. We're not interested in those techs either. Actually, let's see what the Securans are having currently. They're having way advanced tech, of course, way ahead of us, as to be expected. So I think we will be wise to steer clear from them for now. We're just gonna see which races are gonna be generally disliked. The Dandalas Minor Territory is also a race which is a viable nicking target, because they're gonna be allies with these guys, but Kuboks are gonna be alliated eventually. The Boskarans are winning that war, so maybe the Weckerus will be coming targets for espionage. If we manage to nick one planet in that area, it would be very good for us. But of course, there's not that much to be nicked from them. But I think we can be nicking this from them, or either way. Area weapons would not be that good one to nick. And then the Prime Coalition, of course, is fairly strong too. They are having some really backwards technology still. Much of their tech is still really bad. Boscara Hive, Dandalos Minor Territory, let's see what they have in stock. Pulse Jump Theory. That's something which is nice. But really, are we gonna need this? This is not a specialty tech of a race. Pulse Jump Theory. It'll take us another year to make. I'm actually looking some quick to grab technology. So Black Storm Marauders did infiltrate us for some time, so. And they have nothing much to nick. Of course, the Vinaris Security have plenty of it for us to nick here. But not the tech we're seeking. We're actually seeking a tech which is only in the possession of a few races. One of which being the Ikuros, if I remember correctly. Advanced Medicine. It take us a year to grab, but it will be a good one, because we are lacking on the population growth side of things. If we are going to nick this tech tree from them, will be a good thing to do. Of course, high-tech research could use a good boost here. So enhanced commerce is going to be unlocked. Well, we are soon going to get a nice boost to high-tech research. Now all of the techs are really now lower priority for now. So potential research location, we have another one being here with high bonus. Of course, Traitor's Abyss has a high-tech bonus which is fairly sizable, but the Urpardon, it's not the best bonus we have here, but it's gonna be what we are going to have. Okay, so it's gonna gain 2 high-tech research stations, which will give us the bulk of that stuff. So, if those techs are being researched really quick, we are of course low on cash, which is a danger. Now there should be some backward civilizations out there. Some really backwards, like these guys. They're actually really weak, so now we should be selling them some really easy tech, so we gain some money. Offering them big bargains and the stuff, so they get pleased with us. Of course, we could try to negotiate something. We have in certain parts better tech. But of course, enhanced commerce is something they are gonna be loving. But this is a 6 million purchase cost for us to grab that. Of course, Kiadians are also some race we can trade with. Usually having a lot of money like this. Look at that. 900k, we could be selling them the iron weapons. We could be selling those for 800k, giving us a plenty amount of time to develop better tech. So we can rush by a few techs with these. But the Xenox are of course also always pleased to grab tech for any price. So these guys might a bit short on money, but we can buy that galaxy map with a tech. Just doubting, enhanced shields and iron weapons combined, would they make enough? No, they won't. So, that's not something we want to do. The Carmenos are actually cautious towards us. The Lenta Prime is actually still at war with these guys, and these guys are having the stronger military, but these guys are having the economy. Actually, these guys are having also decent economy, so the Ikruits might be wiping the Lentas away. And the Lentas are happy with us. The Xenox here, we did just trade with them. The Shandas and the Katarov might be some other targets to trade with. Well, the Xenox and the Communist, let's have a look at them, what they're willing to buy for a good price. Well, they got 400k, which will give them nuclear supercharging. It's a tech they won't be using a lot actually. But at least we got some big stockpiles of money now, which are gonna grant us very big advantage. So accelerated construction would be not you. The crash research, accelerated research. Now this is a good joke, but no, Wackerers are starting to become a major population group in our empire. And the Xenox are starting to develop some big populations in our empire, so we are developing some good stuff. Light interceptors here being teched up. Accelerated construction coming about. I think accelerated construction will be another one to be rush buying, but yeah. Then we can grab the hyperjump inhibiting maybe through espionage before it gets done. So these two techs are gonna be rush teched. By having those, we can actually plant a resupply vessel somewhere in these clouds, where the pirates are also hiding, of course. Used to be. Of course, our exploration craft are trying to map a shitload of the galaxy. So, yeah. Of course, weapon tech is really a good one to unlock too. We have, of course, weapons here, the Faulty Research Center generating a lot, and Camas and Yotless being on the other sides. Now, with two important techs being rush-teched now, I think we are going to start developing our empire very quickly now. Still 38k loss. Well, as soon as our population starts increasing even more, these are two colonies developing really quickly. This colony is also starting to develop, and these two. Nice. Well, this colony is now 1% of empire GDP. Its value is really rising a lot. This is 2%, is 1% of empire GDP. So the GDP is actually 7k. 3k, so this one has better trading value due to its luxury wares, of course. Veltier was expected to grab those. So now, expansion plan. We have no really good colonies to colonize for now. Too far, all of them. We can try to have the supply of the galaxy important resources. Like this one, the Veltier 2 thing is here going to be grabbing some decent stuff. Power base in this system, well, that's fine, entirely fine. Kirin Prime is also, Kirin has to be starting to develop some kinds of... So luxury resources are our prime concerns, like these cults here, which are in a pirate base system. Of course, we also still want to unlock some decent resources. And Kirin Prime is also going to be a decent research production planet. Two rare resources here which could provide some advantages. NZ is also an important one. So we are going to be developing quite some systems. With that going on, we actually here have the strategic resources being mostly okay. Steel is always going to be having shortage. So that's one of the problems, but actually we have quite some luxury resources now being produced, which should be giving the bulk of our production. So we are gonna drop to the bottom here, which is usually the weakest stuff. So we are going to see if we find any good luxury mining places. We're gonna sort these by the distance. It will be a good one to sort with. So Kirin Prime has polymers in system. Well, we're not gonna mine that source because we can colonize it sometime soon. Silicon Ozalia being colonized right now. So these places are actually gonna be colonized. Well, another NZ having polymers here, the ocean planet. But it's bad quality. Cuban is actually having an exalted pyramid of Cuban and it's having silicon in it. Well, that's fine. Well, this one had space monsters nearby, it seems. Still, I'm looking for some rare materials. Luxury resources are important. With this planet is a volcanic one. That's also some with the unlocking the insectoid races we can likely. Okay, so that system will be important for us to grab. And for the rest, we're getting beyond our area of space, so it wouldn't be of any use. No. Oh, they are also declaring on the Boscara Hive their wars. Boscara Hive are really getting some big wars going on. And the Dandalas are only being allied, but they're not too far from. So the Boscarans are gonna be dropped off the map very soon. That means that maybe our salt fleet can be starting to make a difference. So we want to upgrade one of our planets here in this area with some defensive base here. Two of them on this planet. And the salt fleet here. You guys are gonna be moving to Kirin Prime and refuel here. It's gonna be the next task. fuel our ships at... yeah, so they are gonna be refueling here. Now we can refit them soon and make them prepared to attack. Of course, our frigates now are gonna get a small upgrade, and we were about to unlock the cruisers, of course. Actually, we have already the ability to unlock them really well. For now, frigates here, they are actually gonna be getting some smaller upgrades mounted. Frigates were a maximum of 400 size, so they're currently running on 2 generators. That's their design, which is gonna be made for. The main concern for me is to add more speed to these things and more range. So I would have them have 4 of these slapped on top. And of course I would like to have them... so they are having 9 sectors range, which is very good for these. Actually 600 shields is the tops they will be going for. Of course they are actually gonna get some more thrusters stuck upon them. Yeah, so they are going to be built for high speed. And they are gonna be obtaining some more concussion missiles. So these are kiters, which are meant to knock out the enemy. So with this in mind, they are gonna get 1 standard troop compartment, so they are gonna be able to... no, they're not gonna be able to. I don't like that meta, but at least they won't be defenseless by far. They are actually gonna be very fast kiters. I want to have them sticking at 40 speed like this. And with this they have quite stable energy production, so the energy consumption is very high. But the frigates are gonna be fast. Well, the escorts are gonna get their optimum size now, so the thrust factor is installed on them. And they are of course quite slow currently, mainly due to low engine tech, but 250 around that, so I can be slapping 2 more proton thrusters in. They are lesser range vessels, so they are meant to be local patrol craft, and they are actually meant to stay at a certain distance. 3 shields stuck on them is fine. So these guys are gonna be designed around 1 single fission generator, which is not viable currently. We have been playing for half an hour now. But just saying, I'm thinking about sticking them with 1 generator for now, which will be the best course of action for the coming time. But if it's viable, that's the second question. Of course, we are going to have to try to crack their asses open. So, either way, we want to have some energy storage capacity, which is decent, so these are the folks which are gonna do the bulk of the fighting. So, of course, destroyers don't need any exploration. The cruisers are some nasty vessels currently. They are really designed to be nasty, simple as that. So, we cancel those, we go auto upgrade, select the design, and we're gonna manually upgrade it now ourselves. And these guys are really gonna be tough brawlers, so first up, sticking 6 shields on them, then the pulse wave blaster as well. They are going to add some decent firepower to these vessels, but they are quite weak weapons for now. And these guys are actually gonna be designed around 4 generators in the end game. But this will be their main trade issue. Actually, 8 shield generators is the grand goal. For now these guys are really gonna be some big damage dealers. Epsilon torpedoes and pulse wave cannons combined are gonna deliver some punishing firepower on the enemy. The projection of this firepower is their goal. So these guys are gonna be very tough brawler ships. And 103 firepower coupled with these destroyers, which are Mombasa Mark 10s, are gonna be really... 6 sectors range is a bit limited, but of course if you have the supply ships soon sticking nearby, These should also be fine. And of course, I got one troop compartment now added to them. And we're gonna add a new design to the mix, the troop transport. Now, troop transport will be a very important vessel in our fleet. It will be designed with punishing shields on them. Energy collector, of course, which is required for them. Will be delivering a really high notch speed. It will be some of the fastest ships in the fleet, which is for troop transport's range. But what they're going to be meant to be doing is actually quite simple. They're going to be doing one simple thing: head to a planet, drop troops off, and get the fuck out once again. So that's their entire goal. They won't have anything else under concern, so it must have a name and I want some armor on it. Well, they are gonna be having 40 speed top. And I think they are gonna be not gonna be mounting any weapons at all. These vessels have 9 sectors range and are gonna be so, of course, these are going to be called. Yeah, so we are having our dropship design ready. They are actually going to be retreating at this shield. And these guys are actually. They have decent armor, they have high speed, really, that's insanely high. Tough shields on them. These vessels will be hard for any enemy to kill. End result for the enemy will be that they are gonna be avoiding these vessels. So the assault fleet, once we have the other ships in construction, we are gonna be adding some nice stuff to them. Oh, we have Alinta Prime system as another empire. Because Prime is currently having. This is a major player also in the Galactic game, but these guys and his Shandas, they're friendly, their Securum block is one which has to be broken. We are a little underdog, are not going to be able to just yet. We need to obtain some really strong enemy colonies. Looks like this planet here has some ruins in the Lander system, of course. Okay, advanced medicine is going to be stolen from the Ikuros, which is going to grant us better stuff here. Of course, looking at it, I'm just thinking about not nicking some other stuff. So we are really some nicking empire. Psyops is going to be a good one for these guys. Some harmless empire should be first target of Psyop stuff. But I think we are gonna be trying to grab some more from the Ikuros. So fusion physics would be a very good one to grab. It will really offset, but advanced medicine is really a top priority in this. Would be any other empire where it will be easier to nick from, that will be good. But empires which are hostile, which have this tech ready available to nick, are not really available currently. So we are actually trying to find those golden empires which are developing the techs we need to stay alive. Quantum exploitation, that's a good tech they're having there, right up for grabs. Well, that's Daedalus Minotaur, they're very far away, so it would be good to steal from them. Possible Karens are going, and I think the Tuvoks are going to die very soon too. So I think if you were going to nick something, it would be their specialty tech. From these guys at least, but I think there will be some problems in 3 months time, yes, and I want to be grabbing techs in 3 months time. So, advanced maneuvering would be a good one to grab, I think. Well, I think we will be going for the Boscarans as they're going to die really soon. And they're still having a lot of bases to live from. But we could be trying to... Efficient blasters are a good one. Potentially coordinated docking is also quite a good one. Well, I'm thinking about some good tech to nick. Well, this will be a good one to go for. 3 months time, we could eventually unlock this in 1 month. The Boscars are really bad at their intelligence stuff. So, nicking the good stuff from them is something we really want to be doing. Almost all the exploration ships have been now being refitted. They're offering us some techs. No, I don't want that. Proximity sensors is a tech we want to eventually obtain, but not that way they're offering this. Because it looks like something is going on here in this system. Gas mining station, of course. We could try to strike a major blow at the currents eventually, but I have a bunch of allies which are gonna be declaring immediately war. For instance, Kiarians, and Kiarians with a free. This group is gonna be one nasty mix. Now the Quaminos are getting hostile to these guys, the Teekans. They're not in touch with that many races, and the Hako dynasty is going to be a nice target for conquest, so yes, that's going to be our target, our primary one. Okay, we have hyperjump inhibiting stolen now. This one should level up once more, so we are nicking some more from the Boscarans. Hyperjump inhibiting is stolen now, so advanced jump stalling would be a good one. But maybe coordinated docking is a nice one to grab too. Or proximity sensors for that sense. So we are going to train this one up to make it ready to go for the big steal against the Kuros. So of course going to be dangerous, but the Hakos are quite hostile usually, very unfriendly and quite aggressive. That's really going to be good, because those guys are going to hate them and try to conquer, but we can unlock that star cluster there for our pride. Now, I'm wanting to actually queue 2 troop transports which are going to be attached to the fleet. On the construction ship we got only 2 of them currently in our possession. We're going to want to add 4 back, so we can of course... No. We are of course going to try to have these military ships, which are now being constructed, be added to the assault fleet. Of course the drop ships are going to be assault fleet forces. We're really going to have trouble otherwise. We have a resupply ship soon going to be stationed in that area. How's the assault fleet holding up here? Well, I'm actually wanting to check the lanes I can cover, so first goal would be going to somewhere like a place where the Boscarans are mining over there. This system, for instance, which has a Caswan supply, it will be a really good place to operate from with our fleet. So, nice. So our agents once again got the day done. And of course, we are going to see if we can nick some more quick techs from the enemies. So, long-range scanners will be a really nice one to grab, and enhanced transport of course too. Well, it's really long-range scanners is the most important one for us currently. So you won't suddenly see Securans sneaking up our asses. So they're offering us a system map. Well, I wanted to keep these guys friends. They're actually, I think, building up quite some decent navy again. They did see a big rise in their firepower. These guys are decreasing, and they are really... all the pirates are actually being at war with each other, so they're trying to fight for their territories. We could in one go knock these away, but it would give the Securans a break. Well, I think these Teekans are going to be... We are a minor race now, still in the galactic affairs, but if we take Hako here, that system, of course I'm wanting to see if the Hakos are going to be holding up for quite long. Oh, the Teekans are going to war against them soon. They have Laura's fruit. Oh, the colony has Laura's fruit. Okay. That's another reason why we want to be taking that place. So, okay, 6 assault fleets. You are able to grab some troops on board. We want at least a few more troop transports being done. We can expect the Hakos to have at least a medium spaceport with quite some decent firepower stuck on it. So we want to expand that fleet really a bit more. So we are going to be building a little bit more warships to this fleet. Add a few cruisers to it, 4 of them. 2 more destroyers, which will increase our maintenance really by a lot, but it will maybe kill our economy even. But of course, this is what we'll be needing in this area of space for now. So with these being added to the assault fleet, which will be making it a really nasty fleet, I think this should be our goal on this area. Of course, this will cause us to have our maintenance radically increase, and by radically increase it will maybe kill our economy, I'm not sure. But these are high maintenance vessels which are going to be added to the Assault 1 fleet. Oh, galaxy map swap over. Well, we are of course wanting to grab some more stuff from these colonies. Oh, the war between the Kuwoks and the Boskarans has ended, so they're now having a sort of peace, and they have of course some connections to the Southern Empire now. Dayuta is having some enhanced aggression now. That's something I'm not liking too much, but at least I'm going to see if we have the Hakos here. Which techs do they have which are better than us? Compressed? Oh, they have gravitic weapons, that's dangerous. Namesake is gravitic, which is meaning that it's really some nasty stuff. Advanced jump stalling would be nice from target tracking, enhanced sensors, but enhanced transport is really one of our top list techs. So grab that tech once more, and once next autosave hits we are going to have to call it a day with this now. There are some more troop transfers. Our economy is taking some big hits here, but the hope is that we are going to recover from those in the long term. Now, being able to fill a huge fleet like these, we are really having an oversized military economy. Have a look at these stats. We have 7,000 military strength, 1,000. These have far higher strategic value than military strength. We are having it on the other way around. Our annual GDP is 300k and the military strength is 7,000. So we are having a ratio of about 1 to 22. Currents, for instance, having a way better ratio. So with that we are having a really nasty... Of course we now are going to take a bit more hit to our morale. Ah, they're going back trade sanctions imposed. Well, fuck you. Doesn't work that way. So, of course, Assault 1 is almost ready to start going to have a go at enemy planets. So, of course, we are gonna retrofit this fleet to the latest designs all over. Of course, many of them to be retrofitted, but hopefully this fleet will now be starting to yield some really badass firepower. Of course, making this colony is gonna be troublesome. But if we manage to take this colony, we are really sitting close to Vectorus homeworld, which will make us not. Oh, nice. Well, we are of course now making with this espionage agent a lot of tax. The Boskarans are going to have another one. I want them to declare war on me. So I'm not the aggressor, but the defender. And advanced jump starting, advanced resource exploration is now available too for nicking. But this coordinated docking will be for now for me a more important one to grab. Of course, enhanced research is about to hit us. Now, I am thinking about several things. Oh, there's a lot of ships here going about. Well, of course, we are now getting our assault fleet ready for the big attack. Well, once again having Boskrans are once again having those nice stuff going on. So with this going on, we are having 60k loss per month, which is really a shitload. And our economy being a total jackass now. The private sector is carrying the costs of an oversized military, which is something that's really gonna be shitty. But for now, we're staying alive. So we are going to have to unlock some really good stuff in order to stay alive or have any chance of doing so. Because there's a small construction vessel going to build a mining station at Garrus 2. Well, that's a quite a wackerous system. Why are you guys doing that? Options, Empire settings, we should open this. Because likely they're trying to build a station. So likely it's trying to build a station inside the enemy territory. That's gonna provoke a war. That's gonna be a direct casus value for them. So it's really where is that stuff going to be? So of course we have here this stuff. Colony invasion overkill factor is going to be very high. Yes, please. Now, so this is really no, okay. Well, it looks like they're going to colonize some stuff. So the Mercantile Guild is what we have currently. Military dictatorship would wreck our colony income bonus. Our maintenance costs in war readiness would drop too, but our approval would be generally lower. So this government type would be better for a short time. But the Republic, of course, is worse on these parts. It's not really anything near our goal. So democracy has the best things for civilian growth. Its growth rate will be big. Corruption will be lower. Colony income won't be as good, and troop equipment will be very bad. So feudalism would of course offer advantages on the troop equipment and other stuff, but would be in approval and research really be a problem. Monarchy would be a good way to balance things off, but the maintenance costs would be troublesome. Monarchy is good for warfare game. And the growth rate will be a really good thing to get as a bonus. So actually I'm trying to see. Yeah, the approval would be not so good here. We're having a few smaller developments. Well, we have stolen coordinated docking from the Boskrans. I hope this guy is gonna level up very soon. So we are now going to steal once more from the Boskrans. So they might be declaring war on us very soon. Of course, enhanced docking is a nice one. We are now going to grab enhanced transport to enhance our troop transport capacity. Well, now, of course, we are going to try to make plenty of tech from these guys. So Oh please. A lot of these vessels are still retrofitting at several spaceports. So we are actually faulty run spaceport is not producing anything. Ruin 4. So the Ecosphere is not producing anything at all currently. So it means that actually the assault fleet here is having no mission at all ongoing currently. It's gonna be picking up troops to fill it entirely up. Because we want to be taking this colony of reckless troops in our empire. And this is also a very good continental planet to nick. Because with Reckless, which is the default population on this planet, we also would be receiving some Boscarans, but of course the Reckless we are prime concern, and they are ocean people. Oh, nice. And amphibian, of course. So a short war against the Boscarans to teach them a lesson would be good, but it would drove us into war against the Reckless. But of course these are heated bases anyway, so why care about getting some bad reputation? Of course, I think we should be going for refueling rights with the Teekans here to the right. So the Teekan Syndicate would gladly oppose those. But I think there will be a system here in between, which Indasian system, of course, has been detected having successfully stolen. Okay, he is in danger now. But I'm quite sure we are able to establish a gas mining station here. Of course, the Boscarans are now being a bit pissed off, but are not able to do much against us currently. They are really having a decent GDP, of course, due to high population count. Well, they are not really happy with us. At least we have a chance of beating them, right if we attack first. Well, you are not gonna build a mining station actually. Garrus 2 is gonna be developing its own stuff, so... Okay, now, the Boscarans are of course not that happy on us. I want this guy to be able to trade with the Kuros, or actually nick the tech from the Kuros, simply. Okay, so the Shandas are establishing a colony over there. So these guys are expanding. We should be grabbing this place here. So we are going to position our fleet to get it in position to attack. It's loading its troops now, for now. And then once it's done, we should be grouping them up here, make them refuel at this system here. Because construction ship of the Sinister Clan in our system would be a nice chance to grab. Q next mission, refuel our ships at that place. Okay. Well, I could be nasty in breaking my deal with these guys. Which would be nice to do. So, okay guys. Capture this vessel. Well, nice. The Lenta Prime Freightways have been discovered. Okay, so fleet over here should go back in automated mode for now. So these Sinister Clan guys are now going to be also attacking us. We did destroy one construction ship, which is a valuable asset for such guys. They are controlling 2 colonies currently, and these two. This one, okay. So the Black Storm Marauders are actually going to grow some power. These are actually very pissed at us currently. Lenta Freightways are of course having no firepower at all. I just have some cargo carriers, okay. Well, at least we should be able to start establishing... Okay, so it's... Oh... Whaling Hero has been boarded, of course. Just having a look at this vessel is their design, of course. It's a really ancient design, it's not worth anything to us, but... Okay. Now, oh, we have had a gas mining station here being Captured, okay. Assault fleets. Yes. Attack this vessel, please. Why does it open up that? So we are going to be attacking this vessel now. Fleet has plotted a course, is on its way. If the vessel is still there, it's gonna be in deep shit now. So it's of course a not too long distance, but it can already be jumping away right now. Okay. So it's jumping to this system, it's jumping, our fleet is following it. It's fantasy to consider it moving along these vectors. They're moving likely towards one of their bases here. The Russia system is one of their base locations currently. So we at least completed research into this. We are now going to unlock fusion physics. Nice. Well, in the meantime, when this assault fleet is busy, we can start designing our resupply vessel, which is gonna be a very nice vessel to have. So resupply vessel is gonna be equipped with 20 armor, a Callista doll. Hyper deny would be nice on this. It's gonna have 2 fusion reactors as main core, and will be equipped with a shitload of shields to make it have a really high chance of surviving direct attacks. Now, its weapons will be also equally impressive. So it will be equipped with some really extremely nasty weaponry, which would give it a big edge on enemies. So 5 fission reactors being at its core of power creation. A really humongous firepower stick on it. 20 engine components and only 1 thrust vector. Of course, it's gonna have to have 2 gas extractors and 1 single one. Fuel cells, of course, very important to consider. 5 cargo bays, and would have 6 docking bays as its refueling points. Critical that ships can refuel quickly at this vessel. Command center component, head modules, and the other stuff, of course. Okay, it's gonna have 11 of those and needs, I think, 12 of these. Well, 20% should be gas extractors and stuff like that. Okay. So adding another gas extractor to this vessel would be a good step. And then it's gonna be insane maintenance for these vessels, but docking base. Okay, so we are actually at the top of our design limits. So taking 6 torpedoes off would bring it back below those. Of course, we want to have the speed. This shouldn't be a racing ship, so next up we will be committing a strike, likely against the Hako to the right, so that will be our first priority. For now we will be trying to trap that enemy big strong warship. We want to kill it. Not even capture it, we don't care about capturing it, it needs to be gone forever. There's only one way in achieving it, and that's making sure that it is going to stay away, simply by shooting it to bits. Well, 8 sectors range this has still left on it. Well, sorry to be this way, but it's gonna be having to decrease its size a little bit. Of course, the hyperdeny is adding a lot of space to it, requiring. Okay, of course, removing one of the Epsilon torpedoes is gonna be a nice step forward. 12 stuff stuck on these, well, should be good. So, only 1 ion weapon. Energy collectors is actually allowed to have this. This is gonna drop to 20 shields. Because we wanted to decrease the size on this vessel, but it must not be too weak actually. Cancel one of the generators off now. So it's small enough now to be covering a lot of area. Well, actually it's 22 size, so okay, we select one more and we replace it by a fuel cell, so it adds a little bit range. Of course, 19 sprint speed is good for these vessels. It's a huge, massive vessel, but it's gonna be doing the job it should do. And it's quite simple, so it shields 50%, it's gonna flee, that's good. So okay, so this vessel is gonna be so nasty that it's actually meant to go to a lot of. So we build this, kill the enemy vessel, and then just get away with a lot of shit. So this station is gonna be building the resupply vessel. Okay, so of course we managed to nick one of the prized warships of the enemy, and it's gonna retreat in this direction here. A fleet in hot pursuit currently. It's energy depleted by now. Well, Russia is where it's gonna be returning to. Advanced medicine going to be unlocked, and then biological warships. We need to be ready to have that one going. Meantime, this one is actually gonna be trying to level it one last time. So the Boscarmans, you guys are really gonna have to declare war on us. So they didn't yet, likely because they're afraid of us. Otherwise we would have long been doing that. So the coordinated docking upgrade is good, but I think actually we're gonna go for the Dandalas tech. No, I'm just checking the research because if I remember correctly, those guys are having this pulse gem theory, which is unlocking our very nasty hyperdrive. But with that, we can be taking our rightful place in the galaxy. So we are going to go nicking from the Dandalas. We are going to be nicking that pulse gem theory tech, and we give this guy 1 year to do it. With that tech, we are really having a nasty combination of racial techs, which are stolen by us right now. Okay, it's gonna be jumping to the Russia. I dare to bet that it's going to jump to here. So this vessel jumping there is gonna be our main prize target for assaulting. I should be jumping any moment into this system now. Okay, look at this. It's actually having to retrofit one of the frigates here. And this is their prime system, it looks like, because there's many freighters stuck in this system. So this will be their prime system. Well, if we are gonna bowl them off the warfare. So the fleet jumped in right now. We have a fleet admiral and a troop general on these ships. This resupply ship is not gonna go in automated mode. It's actually gonna deploy at a very distant location. Just doubting, it should be this system, I think. Yeah, this one should be the one. And we are gonna deploy right on this world. So we are gonna deploy at Indasian 2. Well, Assault 1. Do your worst, bowl enemies away as you can. So we are having a sick amount of firepower stuck in this ship. They're gonna be trying to refuel their fleet, which is returning. The second fleet of theirs is returning to refuel. Kick away this vessel here between them. Okay, their prized warship is gonna be trying to take us out. Well, attack it now, right now. We are gonna be focusing on just killing this vessel. So the terrible champion, that's our goal to destroy. And it's dying very slowly, and our main base is also dying, so actually it's trying to refuel because out of fuel of course, obviously. And actually trying to get rid of this vessel. Well, it's taking damage, but it just managed to jump away. It jumped away, but it's an escape jump, of course. Well, it was about to take damage, but our fleet also has some damage to deal with. Okay, so we're simply gonna be destroying them in this system. Oh, they are trying to attack the terrible champion, which is, oh, the Teekans. We encountered them. That's also a nice target to grab attacks from. Well, now these guys are gonna be refueling themselves, because we are knowing where the enemy will be showing up next. So 6th Fleet is gonna go for refueling. And we are done with this part of this playthrough. Now of course, this is gonna be the part where we're actually gonna be making ourselves ready, because our resupply ship is gonna be trying to deploy at that system over there. And seeing it doing that is going to allow us to attack Hacker, which we should be getting ready for. We boiled another of their star bases away, which is a good thing. Advanced medicine about to be unlocked. I actually want to rush research the last bits of it. Yes, crash it, and then we are gonna be on the next playthrough part. We're gonna have to recover our economy, and for that we need to unlock the population of Hako, which is gonna be a tough thing to do. But the Hako dynasty will be incorporated in our little empire. Then we will be right bordering with these guys. And the Hako dynasty is of course a minor target, one of the smallest we can attack currently, but it's gonna be the one we want to be taking for now. So, with that being said, I think we are quite done with this playthrough, I think. So, next up will be the goal of unlocking some better tech. With our agent, of course, this one should actually remain on to 007 or something like that. Well, anyways, finishing this off here, a few notes to note. Next playthrough will be going to involve some real warfare, capturing enemy colonies. So we had our early build-up now, we are having a very negative cash flow, and we need to be stopping our fleet build-up very soon or seizing more colonies. Well, decreasing our military is no option at all for us to do. So our best course of action would be scrapping 4th Fleet and using the rest of the ships to take more colonies. But anyways, that's it for now. Hope to see you next time around when we are going to seize the Hako dynasty right up here.